Okay, so now we will learn about this try block. Okay, try block is also related to this error handling only, since generally we use this try block to handle some kind of error scenario. So what I will do, I will create new project. Okay, let me finish then, and here I will configure this HTTP listener to expose my API as a REST API. So mule configuration is already there, connector configuration, and this one I will use test error. Okay, fine. And what I will do here, I will put two logger, one is request logger, one is response logger, and will use one set payload. In this logger I will use this request receive, and here I will use response sent. And here what I will do, I will write some code which can create error. Okay, so I will write data weave, and inside this result 10 divided by 2. So initially we are running as a success scenario. Let me complete this, and what we will do, first we will test this success scenario. Let's see everything going fine or not, and then we'll move to try block. So I will go to Postman. Localhost 8081, then test try. Okay, let me call this. I hope deployment completed successful. Okay, so we should get response. Okay, I think deployment in progress. Deployed, but we got some error also, don't know what's saying like this. Let me try. No listener for the endpoint test try. Okay, so we can see here, oh, test error. Let me make it test try. Deployment done. So I will call this, and we are getting this result. Now what I want, if there will be error in our main flow, so this is our main flow, if there will be error in this flow for some particular activity, for this activity, or maybe there is a set of activity, I don't want to stop my further processing. For example, here we are doing some processing that is less critical. Even if that processing will not complete, it will not impact our API API task. For example, here in between you want to send some SMS to customer, like if this is transaction API, so in between you want to send message to customer like you have your account is deducted with this amount, or some other message like you initiated your transaction, or maybe like some customer doing login in their account. It can be any kind of customer. So if they are doing login, so you are sending one SMS to customer like you have successfully logged in from this device, but that is not a critical message. Okay, you are sending SMS or message, but that is not critical. So what you can do, if you will put that critical message in normal flow, then what will happen, if that particular part will fail, then your further processing will stop. But as per requirement, that particular part is not critical. Even if it will fail, your API should complete their task, demanding task. In that case, what you can do, you can use this try block. Okay, let me first let me create error in this case. So what will happen if there will be error? What I will do, I will handle this using on error, propagate or continue, anything is fine. So let me configure on error propagate, and here what I will do, it will handle any kind of error. So type and all I will not define, but logger I will put one logger. And displaying this. In case of error, I am just displaying this, and whatever default error description will be there, that will go, and status code will be 500. So first let me run this. Okay, I will add one breakpoint here to observe how flow will go. Call this, and we are at this place. In next activity there will be error. Then what it will do, it will throw error, and this on error propagate will catch that, it will handle that, and it will send some response. So by default it will send error description. So we are getting this, everything is fine. But what is my requirement? Whatever activity we are processing here, where we are getting error, this is not critical activity. Even if this activity will fail, don't stop further processing. So in that case we can use this try block. So what try block will do, we will put whatever activity, it can be one activity or set of few activity. Wherever you are thinking like even if that activity will fail, you should not stop further processing, put all the activity inside try block. And inside error handling, just keep one on error continue. If you want, you can do some processing here, but if you want, you don't put any processing. Now what will happen, even if there will be error, this error here, error will occur, it will go to this on error continue. Now this on error continue will send success. As I told, it will catch error and it will send success. So this try block, overall try block will be success. So in this flow, this try block is, even if this activity is failing, but try block is success. So what it will do, it will call this next logger. So let's see. Okay, now as I told, here it can be single mule component and it can be multiple mule component. For example, I am calling any REST API, I am calling any database, I am doing some transformation, anything can happen here. Okay, now deployment done. So we'll see this behavior. We are at this point. Okay, we are inside try block. Inside try block, this activity failed. So this will throw error which will be cached by this try block. Okay, now cached by try block, and inside try block we have error handler. So what it will do, This error handler will take that error. Since we have on error continue, so it will send success. So when it will send success, this entire try block will be success. Okay, so what it will do, it will pass that control to next flow. In previous case, without using try block, we were going to this error handling, but now we are going to next activity. Now this next logger will execute and we will able to see log message here, response sent. Now here it can be logger or it can be set of activity, like multiple mule component. Okay, so in this case, in this way, what we can do, even if there will be error in some component, we can ignore that error and we can continue our processing with the help of this try block. Now in case of this on error continue, if you will put on error propagate at then what will happen? This will throw error, this will throw error and will be cached by this on error propagate in case of on error propagate. Now on error propagate will throw error, it will catch error and it will send error. So this try block will go in error. In that case, what it will do, this try block will call this error handling. But we are using on error continue, so overall this try block will be success, so it will go to next. Okay, so this advantage you will get with try block. Even if you know there is some component which can throw error, but still you want to continue your process, in that case you will use try block. Okay, fine. Now what we will do, we will go to global error handler. So we have learned all kind of error and business scenario, but still we are left with last and main component, that is global error handler. So for that global error handler, I will go to this where I have handled lots of things. Yeah, this one is fine. Or in business error we have very simple one. Yeah, better. Now what I want, instead of defining this error handler in multiple places, okay, what I want, okay, why we have this one, let me delete this one. I want to configure one global error handler, and wherever I want I will use that. Okay, so in this case what we need to do, first we need to create one file, mule configuration file, and we can give any name. Let me give error.xml. Since this file will contain only error handler, so that's why I am giving name as a error handler. Okay, now we are going to use this error handler component. Here in this component I will not define any business logic, I will just define all the error handler. So what I will do, first I will drop the error handler. Okay, and what I need to do, whatever error handler we have here, instead of defining here, what I will do, I will move to this error handler. Okay, so how we will do, let's copy from here this first one, this second one and third one. I am taking all. Inside this error handler I will not use any, and I will keep all inside this. So what I did, I removed all error handler from there and I moved here inside this error handler. Okay, and even we have at this place also, here also we have, so I think same we have here, this on error continue, on error propagate. So instead of placing it here, what I will do, we already have that. So what is the advantage of this global error handler? Here we are defining same error handler multiple time. Now I don't need multiple time, just I will delete this, since we have this at this place, so we will refer this one. Okay, we have global error handler and we will use that one. Okay, and one more thing you need to do, inside global element you have to create and you need to select this global configuration. Okay, and here you need to define your default error handler. So now my default error handler will be this error handler, what we define global error handler. Previously we are not defining default error handler, so that's why it was going to default. If we are handling that error, then well and good, otherwise it was going to default error handler. But now in a default error handler we are defining this global error handler. So whenever there will be error, okay, which we are not handling at this place, ideally what should happen, it should go to default one. But what I did now, I defined my default error handler as a this. So whenever we will not handle any error, then it will go to my global error handler. Okay, so let me, already saved, let me check deployed or not. It's failing. Error, failed to deploy it. Okay, so here also we need to select this global error handler in reference in this place also. Okay, so whatever global error handler we have to reference it here. Okay, now let it complete deployment. This time it should not fail. Okay, deployment done. Now what we will see, if there will be error in any flow, then what will happen, it will, instead of going to default error handler, since we haven't defined, but still instead of going to default error handler, it will go to global error handler and what we have defined here and we have referenced here. Okay, go to postman and this time I need to call this test error, send. Okay, so in this flow went here logger, so you can see here logger request receive, and then in this flow reference we went this flow reference calling this child flow, we are at this place, this process successfully. Okay, and then at this place we don't have that external API, so this API failed. Okay, now if I will move next, okay, so you can see here we move to global error handler. Okay, now inside global error handler we have type this one HTTP connectivity. So who is handling? This one is handling expression, this one is handling HTTP connectivity. So we are inside this. Okay, now inside this we call that error handler and we completed execution, but we used on error propagate. So on error propagate, what it will do, it will raise an error. So this flow reference calling this, and from this flow, subflow or flow, whatever we have flow, we are getting error in this. So this flow reference will get error. Now again this flow reference will throw error and which will be catched by, since we don't have any error handling here, but we reference this global error handling, so we will go at this place. Now which error handler will handle this? This on error propagate, since we have HTTP connectivity. Now this will complete, logger will complete and our process done. Since we don't have anything, we got error here and we call this error handler, this error handler completed its execution and process done. So same thing, like if you remember when we used local error handler, our process going in this way only. So from flow reference we are calling this, here we are getting error, and inside this what we have on error propagate, we are facing we are going to, our on error propagate will catch that error, will execute whatever component we define inside that on error propagate, okay, and that will throw error. So who will receive that error? This flow reference, since this flow reference calling this flow. Now flow reference will get error, so again it will throw error and will be catched by again this error handler, and this error handler reference this global error handler. So again it will go to global error handler, and this will be completed since this on error propagate handle this HTTP connectivity what error we got. So it will complete its execution, and we don't have any activity since we have error. So it will throw error response, and this listener will send back. So here you will get response. Okay, so in this way we are done with this try block and global error handler. So global error handler nothing but instead of defining error handler everywhere, we can create global error handler. So you can give any name, like I am using error.xml. Whatever error you want to define here, you can define here. So like we have defined on error continue with mule expression, on error propagate with bad request HTTP connectivity, then on error propagate with any, whatever you want to define you can define here, and then you can call that error handler from your flow wherever you want. So you can reference it from anywhere. Okay, and this will be common for all the mule configuration file, so you can reference it from anywhere. Okay, this will save your development time on all. Like if you want to define, you can define with all flow. Here also you can define error handler, here also you can define, but instead of this you can define in one place and you can refer that one. Okay, so we are done with this two part.